Hi and welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year's for you guys. For me it is not. It is still December 21st, but this should go up New Year's Day. So Happy New Year. There's gonna be confetti and stuff. Anyways, so what we're doing today is we are going to go into my Notion and we are going to plan out my goals for the year, just kind of like launches, which I'm not going to go into too much detail on those, just like what launches like I want to do. Social media goals, just goals for in general, and then like a few things I want to do just for myself, but are still in like has to do with like knit and crochet. Well, crochet, they're all crochet projects, but yeah, that's what we're doing today. Let's get to planning. Okay, so here we are in my Notion little, not my main dashboard, but like my business dashboard of sorts. I'm still learning Notion, so I don't know everything that I'm doing, but I can do enough. So on here I have my 2025 goals, which we will go over in just a minute. This is my social media one, which I'll also show you. This is just kind of like where I put my ideas on the main page. So I'm already putting things down for what I want to do for the spring summer launch, like my to-do lists, things like that, and any ideas I have. I already did Kindle sleeves, so I'll eventually just completely take that off down there, but for right now I just have it checked off. I'm going to show you my social media thing. I just used a habit tracker template, and what I did was changed it just to social media and it's to track when I'm posting on social media. Like, I don't really plan out my social media stuff yet. I'm not to that point where I know how to like really like plan things. I kind of just go with what I feel like, but I will get into that later. But like today I haven't posted on any social medias because today's 21st, so I haven't checked anything off. But you can see the current week, I didn't post anything Monday. And if I go down, this is like a quick click each month if I want to see, and then down here it just has the full month that I can see at a glance. So like the first week of December I only posted one day, and that was when my YouTube video went up, but the rest of the week I didn't post anything. And then the second week I only posted to Facebook once and TikTok once. So I was just not very consistent. Whereas like if I go back to October, I only missed one day of not posting on anything, and it was the 12th, but I was doing really good at posting on all of them. So I like that I can just quickly see my consistency on what I'm posting on, and then it can also like show me which thing I kind of tend to neglect posting on, which a lot of times is threads. But yeah, my little social media tracker on what I post on. But let's go into the 2025 goals. So for launches, I kind of want to go with the seasons. So Valentine's Day, obviously, that's why I planned for right now to drop in January. I want to do one for spring and summer, as you saw, fall, Halloween, and then winter/holiday. Those just seem like the most, like, kind of going with some of the bigger holidays, aside from like Easter. But just kind of doing it that way, I think is easiest to like theme things around. But yeah, like for fall and Halloween, I want to do pumpkin coasters, obviously. Right now, the only Halloween themed item I have, or even fall really, I mean, I do have apple coasters that I just came out with in October, but I don't have like pumpkins. Although that's in part due to Lily Sugar and Cream only has like bright neon orange. They don't have like a deep pumpkin orange. So it took me a while to find a yarn that's similar to Lily Sugar and Cream that I can stay consistent with all my other coasters. That's the right color orange. So I'll buy more of that closer to, you know, fall and actually make pumpkins this year so that I have like a fall coaster. But the only Halloween theme I have is spiders. But anyways, yeah, those are the launches I want to do. And then over here, and we'll just go down to general, and then we'll go over and talk social media and stuff like that. So I do want to do more markets this year, or for, well, yeah, for when you're watching this, it would be 2025. So 2024, I only did Applefest and Christmas Tree Lane were the only two markets I did all year. So I want to add in Festival of the Arts is in July, and Pumpkin Fest is in October, and it's the weekend. Let me correct this. Sorry. Pumpkin Fest is the weekend after Applefest. So I definitely want to try and add those two in there. I did already look at the price for each of these, but that is subject to change. Obviously, I was looking at 2024's applications just to kind of get an idea. So hopefully I can swing those. Applefest for this year is honestly kind of up in the air. I normally do Applefest with my aunt, but I'm really, and like, I'm so appreciative that I've been able to share booth space. However, she does a lot of like wall hanging things with barnwood and like fall wall hangings and home decor, like those little hay bale things, you know, and things that you stick in pumpkins that are honestly the coolest things. They almost always sell out of those. But I do knit and crochet items, so there's just not a cohesiveness with our stuff being in the same booth, and like I would just prefer my own space and it to all be cohesive. You know, I'm building a brand, so I want my own booth so that I can, you know, stand on my own. So I am going to try and do Applefest myself this year. I've been refreshing the website page over and over, so that as soon as the application drops, I can get an application in, like immediately. So I'm just patiently waiting for that. But it is super expensive. So that is one of the other things, is having the money to do it. But my husband said he'll help me if I don't have enough money. Because Applefest this past year didn't do as well. I don't have as much money as I thought I was going to have, because it was like, I should have made almost $1,000 and I only made like, what was it, 80 something dollars profit. So not great. So anyways, moving along, I want to use more yarn that I already have as much as possible. So I have my yarn wall cubbies here, and this is all yarn that I've accumulated over several years, but I want to use up as much of it as I can in projects I already like. Kindle sleeves, I can use yarn in that. Mushroom basket, more creative with the colors that I use, things like that, so that when I do then later go and buy more yarn, I'm buying okay, so basically I'm putting myself on like a yarn buying ban, if that makes sense. And I'm only going to buy yarn if it is specifically needed for a project. So for example, say I'm out of red strawberry coasters, so I need to buy more red yarn. Yeah, I'm going to buy more red yarn to restock. That makes sense. you know, or things like that. So like for, say, the fall Halloween launch, I'll probably do like some fall themed Kindle sleeves, you know. I probably do have colors that could work. Like I definitely know I have some colors that would work, but maybe I'll see one that like I really, really like and I'll purchase it specifically for making a item. But as a whole, I want to use up as much as the yarn I already have. That way then I can have a more, moving forward, I can have a more curated yarn stash. So like buying colors of yarns that I know people like for the hats and things like that, instead of having such a hodgepodge of random colors that, like, I have a whole bunch that I bought when I first started knitting hats and things that just aren't popular colors, and now I'm just kind of stuck with them and I don't know what to use them for. Or I have yarn that I don't have, that I just don't have a use for yet, and so it's just taking up space and just, you know, being sad in the cubby. So I want to be more intentional with the yarn I buy going forward, basically. Now, the other thing I want to do is I want to change the price, the purchase structure, and the pricing on coasters. As I said before, maybe I did, maybe that was in the first clip I recorded and deleted. Anyways, I plan to change the way that you can purchase coasters. So currently, you can only buy a set of 4, and then it's $15. So it's $15 for a set of 4. But when I do the Valentine's launch, I plan to redo the structuring. So then you'll be able to buy one, like an individual coaster, a set of 2, set of 3, or a set of 4. But I will also be raising my prices a little bit. What I really want to do is, don't be like me and sell yourself short and price your things too low to start with. Because then when you kind of come to your senses and you realize that you really are not charging enough, then you have to increase your prices, but you have to figure out how do you increase your prices so that you're not increasing them astronomically. So I've planned to do 2 price increases. Once now for the Valentine's launch, and then I'm thinking again at the fall launch, just so that way it's little increments and not a big jump. So the way I'm going to have it structured is, I think right now, is 1 for 6, 2 for 11, 3 for 16, and 4 for 18. My goal is to get a set of 4 up to 22, which I was researching other crochet or other people who sell coasters and things like that, and 20 to 22 seems to be the average price range for a set of 4 coasters. So right now I'm at 15, so I'm like way below everybody else, and I'm trying to get my profit margin to be a decent percentage, because right now it's just not. So that is my goal, is to small increments to get it to the price I need it to be at. So, but I don't want to do it all, like I don't want to take it from 15 to 22. That's just too big of a jump. I think it was like 40 something percent increase, which just seems like a lot. And I don't want to do that all at once. So I'm going to do it little by little. So I think it's a 20% increase is what it would be from 15 to 18. But don't quote me on that, because I can't remember. But anyways, so, but that's kind of the only like general goals I have at the moment. I could add to this list later, but for right now, those are just the goals that I have. So for social media, I want to get to where I'm posting at least twice a week on all platforms, including YouTube. But what I mean by that for YouTube is, like, I post these vlogs on Wednesdays, so then I also at some point during the week also want to do a YouTube short. So specifically for YouTube, I want to do the YouTube video and a YouTube short. That way I'm hitting both bases for YouTube, since YouTube's pushing the shorts and stuff now too. Although even though I'm not as good at the short form content, because I talk too much and so I don't talk in my videos, which I gotta get better at. That should be a goal, but it's not. But moving on. So I want to get better at, like I mentioned before when we were going over my little tracker, I want to make more curated, well thought out content for Instagram and TikTok and stuff. So I really want to take my time creating it and making it look nice. So for example, when I did, was it one of my first videos? Where I showed the pictures that I did for fall, where I had like all the foliage around and like had the coasters and hats and things, like making it look aesthetic, but like taking the time to really make sure that it's looking the way I really, really want it to. And just being more mindful about it. Because right now, sometimes what happens is like, oh, well, I haven't posted anything. Let me snap a random picture that doesn't look all that great. Or at least in my opinion. I don't know. I need to follow trends more, especially on TikTok and on Reels. I always come up with an idea after the trend's like not popular anymore, or I think of something cute I could do, but I never get around to executing it. So like for example, with the Bruno Mars and Rose song, the APT, anyways, that song, I thought of a like TikTok that I could do or reel that I could do for it, where like I'm making the hats, you know, do the head motion that they do, or even like the coasters, just have them like look like they're dancing, which you do by like taking a bunch of still pictures. And anyways, but I never got around to making it. And then by the time I was like, oh, I guess I could do that, then we've moved on. We moved on from the song. So I need to get better at following the trends and getting them done while it's still trending, so that my video can be pushed to more people, hopefully, you know, and things like that. I need to utilize Canva more. I don't know why I don't. I kind of forget about it until I'm trying to make a thumbnail, which I'm not very good at making thumbnails. But anyways, utilize Canva more. I did make these little header things in Canva, my little strawberry logos. I think they're cute. Which I did make the little strawberries myself. Like on my logo, I drew the strawberries myself. Proud of myself. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. So I do have some follower goals that would be nice to reach. So I have 300 something followers on Instagram right now. I'd like to be able to reach 500. I don't want to set too high expectations. You know, you'll see people on there who have like, you know, a couple hundred subscriber or followers, and you'll see them post about trying to get to 10,000. But like that to me feels a little unreal. Like some people are able to do that, but like I don't know, I guess because of my like current reach in my videos, like they just don't get pushed. And I know because I haven't been very consistent the past like month and a half, that affects it partially. So I want to keep my expectations semi-realistic so that I'm not crushed later. Also, maybe you know, come the end of the year, I'll have exceeded my expectations, and so then it'll be a positive. Anyways, so I want to reach 500 followers on Instagram, 600, I have 400 right now, so 600 followers on TikTok, provided it doesn't get banned, who knows, we'll see. And reach 150 to 200 subscribers here on YouTube. Right now I only have 42. So I know there's some people who within like 2 months can get their 1,000 subscribers. They must be just really a lot more engaging people than I am. I don't know. So again, I don't want to put my expectations too high. So I figured this was reasonable. And maybe I'll get lucky and that will be way exceeded. you know, and maybe I will in a year with 1,000, but I'm not going to put that on my goals because I don't want to be sad later. So anyways, so for myself, things I want to do for myself, I want to do a crochet sweater, specifically the Cold Brew sweater by Katarina Designs. It's right here. It's really, really cute. You can find it on Etsy. It just looks, I just think it looks really, really cute and soft and cozy. So I really want to do this sweater, not in this color necessarily. I was trying to look up yarn to use for I already bought the pattern. The other two I haven't bought yet, but I have bought this one. I just haven't, I only bought it like a couple of weeks ago. But I was looking up the yarn to get it, so I might do it in like a bright, like fuchsia pink. It's like a warm pink, not like a hot pink. I don't know how to explain it. Anyways, but yeah, I just think it's really, really cute, and it looks really soft and cozy, and I want to make it. So that's one of them. The other project I want to do, I know I've mentioned in a previous video that I don't like to make, what is it? I can't pronounce it, but the plushies. And I think a lot of that is because I don't like to do faces. I honestly think that's part of it. If you can hear my son, I'm assuming it's my son in the background, I apologize. But anyways, I want to make this pillow because it is honestly so freaking adorable. I can't even. But I know that my daughter will probably want one too, so I plan to make two. And then because I know my daughter will want one, I figured I would make my son a donut pillow so that he's not left out. You know what I'm saying? So these are the projects that I want to get done this year. That are just for myself. Like, not going to sell them. That's just because I think this is the cutest darn thing I've ever seen. And this looks really freaking cozy. And I like the little, like, what am I trying to say? Like, it's not just flat. Like, there's some increases, decreases here that just kind of give it a little bit of shaping. That just gives it a little something. I don't know how to explain. But, like, you see what I mean. How it's not just like a flat rib sweater, but it's got some, like, little details that's not, like, crazy. It's just little subtle, cute. I don't know. Anyways. But, yeah, those are really my goals for the year. Not anything really substantial. I really want to focus on the social media part the most, just because I struggle with it, and I really struggle with being consistent, which is really why that habit tracker is helpful, because I can see where I'm not doing anything. But I really should be posting, because people aren't going to find your stuff if you're not posting, because that's just how the world of social media is. And I can't always rely on Etsy to push my things. I need to be bringing in my own traffic. So, yeah. I think I'm going to go ahead. I was thinking of including like clips throughout the week, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and end the vlog here. That way I'm not overwhelming myself through the week and just focusing on family and my mom and my kids and spending the holiday season and my work break with them, although I do have to work one day. But, you know, spending time with family. I am going to be chugging away at strawberry coasters and I messed up on this one. So this is now going to be flower coaster yarn. But also, you know, I need to get these done also. And so I also, you might have seen on my list that I had crochet scrunchies as an option. I have one made that's just been hanging on my pegboard, and I do have some of this yarn left, so I might just use the rest of the skein to make a couple more, and then just launch these with the launch as well, but you know, have a limited amount, obviously. So I'm going to end the vlog here, If you like this video, please hit the like button down below. If you have any, maybe you have advice, maybe there's, you know, a goal you think that I could add that you think would be helpful, or any tips, anything, leave it in the comments, or just words of encouragement. We'll accept. Leave it in the comments. And if you want to come along with me through my business journey, please hit the subscribe button and follow along. And Happy New Year's, you guys.